You will say that I am making this up, as if it were a small matter to invent truth. Accuse me, rather, of excess, for what can invention add to fact? In a land where trains leave their rails to sail through the air, men are born of frozen beasts, and locusts feast on human flesh.
Dakota, or What's a Heaven For, is literary historical fiction set in late 19th century Dakota Territory. At the center of the novel is a remarkable woman whose independence and intelligence lead her to dream of a new life.
So they told themselves the story. They were special because they could live in this place of wind and dust and hail and tornadoes and locusts, despite the railroad, the milling companies, the implement dealers, and the bankers. The story gave them back their independence. That narrative of independence remains as powerful, as false, as necessary as ever in the Dakotas. It has become our fetish, replacing the lost object of desire, the impossible place that never was. You have been told that there is nothing there. I tell you there is too much. Even where there is nothing, there is too much of it.
Long before I sat down to write Dakota, I came across a postcard with a vintage photograph of 16 young women. I was intrigued by the enigmatic smile on one of these women, and over time, that woman morphed into the central character of the novel, Frances Houghton Bingham. Seated nearby was another woman who appeared to be a model of propriety, and I began to imagine a relationship between two characters, a relationship based on affection and reserve, desire and restraint. The subtitle, or What's a Heaven For, comes from a mid-19th century poem by Robert Browning, Andrea del Sarto, and it has that famous line in it, "Ah, but a man's reach should exceed his grasp." And then it follows on to say, "Or what's a heaven for?" Now, in this novel, there is a good deal of reaching and grasping, but it's a dangerous thing for a woman's reach to exceed her grasp in this time and place.
The wagon turned off the road and directly into the prairie, setting out upon a land both solid and fluid, in which swell after swell of grass rhythmically lifted away from one horizon and rolled toward another. The tall grass, parted by the horse and pressed down by the wheels, sprang up and closed behind the wagon, erasing its passage as thoroughly as waves forgot the passing of a ship.